morning, everybody. Painblade back here again from Server 1 representing ISC and Tribes Lab. Guys, today we're going to be focusing on another team showcase. I've been working pretty tirelessly on a crit team for you guys to just show you what certain shinobi are capable of. And today I want to actually showcase an unfinished crit team. I'm going to be focusing on finishing those guys in the tank team eventually and re-showing it as a full potential team. But right now we're going to be looking at them just for how they are at the moment. So what is the purpose of a crit team? A crit team is actually made to kill the opponent a lot faster than kill you. Unlike a tank team, which is meant to survive, a crit team is meant to essentially destroy. So what I've done actually, guys, is I've put together a team for you. So let's just go into that team. And I'm gonna actually talk a little bit about how a crit team works. Let's go back here, and what they're centered around, right? So let's go to edit team, and it is going to be team number 5. There you go. All right, so this is my crit team, and again, it is unfinished. As you can see, my Neji is only level 56. I think his skills are roughly about level 2. His gear is about level 30. His scrolls and talismans are 20. We'll take a look at some of those. Rock Lee is only 65, tier 13. Hinata's tier 13, level 64, and again, no LB. And just want to clarify here, there's no LB2s here in any of these characters, so limit break 2s are not available. As you can see, my heavy's only 65. He's part of my main team. But I do have a couple of 74s that are tier 14 at the moment. So, I mean, I figured this was not a bad time to show off some of it. Now, I've actually put together something for you guys, and it'll be part of the end of the video. But I want to just show you real quick what I did here. I put together the top crit shinobis for you. So if you take a look here, on my roster, these are the top shinobis in the game with the highest crit rate chance and the highest crit damage chance, and also the highest damage incoming, damage rate up. So as you can see, Naruto UR has 32.43% crit rate up, has 13.2% crit damage when he does crit. Sasuke Heavy has 21.47, crit damage is 15.74. Deidara is the main buffer of the team. He's sitting at 24.47 at 5 stars. Crit damage is 13.8. Kakashi's at 34.67 crit rate. His crit damage is 13.96. Rock Lee is 40.11, which is the highest in the game, actually. And he's sitting at 17.7. He's probably the best crit character next to Hinata. Adult Sasuke has also 33.47%, which is super high for a UR. Now, he is 5-star, but I don't actually use him on my team. And I'll explain why later. Hinata is sitting at 29.31. That will probably go up when she tiers up to 14. And then Neji's at 22.03, which will also go up to probably closer to about 25-26%. So those guys, just so you are aware, are the top shinobis in terms of damage. Now, how does a shinobi team for crit work? The way it works is you want to stack buffs on existing base stats. Okay, so I've actually created this for you. So there's theoretical situations here with this team, and then there are actual things that will happen for sure. So for example, Deidara being the main buff, when he performs his jutsu, he gives everybody crit rate for the rest of the battle, or for 2 turns, at 33.65% extra crit rate for 2 turns, right? So you add that to his base, which is 24.47. Deidara has 58.12% crit chance for 2 turns. Now, Rock Lee also provides 11.28% crit rate buff. So if you have that, you have a possibility for 2 turns to set a 69.4% crit rate, right? So 69.4% chance, pretty much 70% chance to crit every attack for 2 turns. Now, he also has a trait. Deidara has a trait that gives everybody crit damage rate up by 20.84% for the rest of the battle. So as long as he's on your team, everyone's doing 20.84% more crit damage. Now, if you take Deidara's 28.84% crit damage and add his base of 13.8, and then also add Neji's 23.3, if they're in the same 3-man cell, you have a possibility of having 57.94% crit damage. Now that is huge, right? Because crit damage does such a huge multiplier on attack. So you could be doing some insane numbers. Now the same thing goes with Rock Lee. His second skill boosts his own crit rate by 13.92%. Plus he has a 40.11% base crit. So he can hit up to 54.03 just on his own, without anyone else's buffs. If he does his own jutsu, he first off raises his own crit by 32.56%, and then if he had already performed his second skill and has his base rate up, he's at 54.03 as we discussed above. So he can easily be 86.59% on his own crit before he even does his jutsu. Now, add on top of that, if he does his own, if he has also Dedera's buff at 33.65%, that Jitsu is doing more than 100%. Now, why do you want more than 100% on a crit team? Is because characters have crit suppression rate, right? Which will reduce the amount of crit percent chance you have to do on them. By having over 100%, you're ensuring that you're bypassing that crit suppression. So it is important, guys, if you are going to create a crit team, to let them go over the 100% mark, right? And as you can see here, after his Jitsu, he gives everybody 11.28% crit rate chance for 2 turns, right? So he has a possibility of making his base attacks 65.31%. And then if you also add Dedera's 2 turns of 33.65, Lee could be sitting at 98.96% crit rate for basic attacks for 2 turns. And that's a possibility, right? Now, crit damage, he has 17.7% crit damage. If you add Dedera's 20.84% buff that he offers everybody, and then if you have him in Neji Cell at 23.3, he's sitting at 61.84% crit damage possibility, which again is huge, right? And then you have people like Sasuke. Sasuke does his own jutsu. So this is Sasuke heavy, sorry. He does his own jutsu. When he does, right before performing the jutsu, he raises his own crit by 55.76%. And then if you have the other buffs from Lee and Dedera up, he's sitting over 100% before he even does his jutsu, so you're guaranteed a crit, right? And then crit damage also keep in mind Sasuke Heavy also has 20, I believe 20 something percent crit rate. Let's go back here. Where is he? Yeah, 21.47. So he's already doing 76% before his jutsu even starts. So he's almost guaranteeing a 76% chance to crit without the extra buffs. Now his crit damage, of course, with all the extra buffs that we discussed, can sit up to 59.88%. Now again, guys, this is very theoretical, these bottom possible ones, because you have to have Neji in the 3-man cell in order to get the buff, but Dedera gives everybody the buff. So that's at least a guarantee if you have him on your team. Same thing with Kakashi. Kakashi is sitting at a 120.1% crit rate if after he does his jutsu, and because what his jutsu does, or anyone's jutsu, if they perform a jutsu, he gets 40.5% crit rate for the rest of the battle. And then you add in his base of 34.67, he's already sitting at 75.17% crit. If you add Lee's 2-turn and Dedera's 2-turn, he's at 120. So he's bypassing suppression rate, right? And his crit damage, of course, with the buffs, he's sitting at 34.8. Hinata, on the other hand, is meant to be a massive crit damage character. It's probably the best crit damage character in the game. If you look at her jutsu, if you just the third line here, if her crit damage, because she buffs herself, can go up to 140.48% crit damage just from her jutsu alone. That's crit damage. Her crit rate when she does her jutsu can go up to 128.65% from buffing herself and then having her base and then adding Lee's and Dedera's 2 buffs. You're sitting at 128.65. Now, if you add Neji to that, you're adding an extra possibility for her. Sorry, not Neji. For her crit damage. If you look at it, she boosts her own crit damage by 86.86%, adds her base of 9.48, then add Dedera's, and then if she's in the 3-man cell with Neji, she's sitting at 140.48% crit damage, which is insane, right? Also, her second skill gives her 56.37% crit rate. Again, add her base and add the trait at 12.45. She's sitting at 98.13% crit rate. So she's pretty much critting every hit at that point. So Hinata, guys, for free to play or whales, she is a fantastic character. So I hope that kind of explains how this works. I'm going to go back into the game now. And we're actually, sorry, one sec here. Let's do this real quick. Jump back in. There we go. Game kind of doesn't load sometimes. So as you can see here, I've got a couple extra characters. I've got Gaara for protection, and I've got Sasuke Kirin for damage reduction rate. Because when you reduce someone's damage reduction rate, they take more damage, right? So that's the kind of the point here of having those two there. Plus they're an AoE and a stun. So what I did today, guys, it is a very incomplete team. It's not finished, and I took it upon myself again to not place first or third or top 3. I'm actually 11th right now, because I've been testing this team against some people who are way higher in power and some people who are same level of power. So today, shout out to MRN. He is the co-leader of ISC. If you guys hear me say ISC all the time, it's because it's the alliance that I'm in. And he was also the creator of all my thumbnails. So he takes my visions, my quotes, and he puts them into a thumbnail. So shout out to you. Thank you so much for the support and love. He's actually the one that encouraged me to start this channel. So I just want to say shout out to him. But I am going to showcase him today as my opponent. And as you can see here, I did fight people at higher level. I fought Boo twice. He's at 410 power, and this team is only 358. So he definitely beat me twice, and I beat him twice, so we evened out. And Feymon beat me once here. And then, as you can see here, the rest I pretty much farmed. So I am going to show MRN though. So let's do the first battle here and kind of show you what happened. So let's take a quick look. Let's hope this loads. Now the purpose of this, guys, is I've actually watched this battle. I do lose my characters fairly quickly, some of the lower ones, but I just want to show you the amount of times each character crits and the buffs that pop up, right? So let's look here. The first thing you're going to notice is crit damage increase up, obviously, because of the Dara. So he instantly gives that to everybody. So let's just see what the numbers look like and how many crits we get off of these. There's one crit. That's not a crit. Now, Gara has a really low crit rate, so I don't expect him to do any crits, to be honest. He's very low. Okay, so now let's go to the next one. So what do we have? Crit rate up, attack up. Okay, so now attack up is from Kirin, crit rate up from Hinata. She does it to herself. So let's watch some more crits happen. Crit, crit, and no crit. So as you can see, 2 crit characters instantly crit. Now that is going to be a very common thing you're going to see. Pretty much every attack you throw up is going to be a crit. So unfortunately, he's probably going to die here. Yeah, so I can't showcase him, unfortunately. But let's look again for more buffs. Attack up Naruto, defense up Naruto, right? Because somebody died. Um, so let's just see some damage here. Let's see if Kakashi pulls off a crit. Now, as we talked about it, when he does his jutsu, he raises his own crit rate by 45.04%. Now, he's already got the Dara's buff on him. So there you go, 296, and it's a crit. So now he's sitting at almost 100% crit rate anyways. Neji, of course, will get his crit because he's got a pretty high crit chance. I'm actually surprised Naruto didn't crit. Chances are I'm going to lose Neji there. Yeah. Again, they're very underdeveloped, guys. So let's see what we got. Attack up, guard rate up, damage reduction up. Okay. So let's see if we get some more crits out of these, okay? So let's see if the Dara does a few crits. Now, all of these guys should be sitting um, at a little high. Now the Dara is going to raise everyone's crit rate up by 33.65%. So this should pretty much guarantee all of my crit guys. There's 2 crits right there. Critical chance up. Now Sasuke is going to increase his crit by 55%. So he's sitting over 100% right now. There you go. Another critical chance. Right? And again, this team is meant to do one thing, and that's literally destroy everything before they get a chance to destroy you first. There's no defense on this team besides Gara. And Gara doesn't get a chance. Again, Gara's crit rate is only like 9%, I believe. So it's going to take a lot to get him up. So let's see if I can throw in a few more crits, guys. So now Hinata for sure we know is going to be sitting over 100%. So let's just see the kind of damage that all 3 of these characters will do, right? So let's take a look here. So we know for sure she's going to raise her crit damage rate up and crit percent up. So she's sitting at 100, over 100%. Her crit rate damage should be over 100% at this point, probably closer to 140. So let's see how much she does. Now she's very underdeveloped. Keep that in mind. Her skills are not maxed. 179,000 with the crit. So that's not bad. If she was maxed out, you could easily see in the 300s with her. Now let's see if Kirin here does. Now his crit rate is only 17%, so he may not get as many, but let's take a look. So 2 crit out of 3. So you can see the Dara's buff already gave everybody that extra ability to crit. So Kirin's probably sitting about 50% crit. Kakashi's over 100%. So look at that, 337,000, right? So I'm hoping, guys, that these examples of all these crits I'm doing is showing you how powerful this team can possibly be. And let's see here what else we got. So the Dara is going to do his C3 again. So now that re-energizes everyone's crit rate back up by 33%. And that allows them now to have another 2 turn of crit rate up. So let's see how this does. See if he gets any crits. So we got 2 out of 3 crits again. Okay. Sasuke will crit again. There you go. So because he's almost at 100% crit rate at this point. Let's speed this up. Let's see who they pull off here. I mean, I might do Hinata again and do another special to show you the more crit damage. No, Naruto. So Naruto has a very high crit chance at the moment. He's probably sitting about 70%. So let's take a look here. See how much damage this pulls off. I'm not sure if it hits Guy, you won't see that much, but if it hits anybody else, you're gonna see a lot. So no, oh, he actually didn't even crit there. See, even at 70%, he didn't crit. Okay, so what I'll do, guys, here is I'm gonna go ahead and probably skip at this point, unless we see one more crit come up. But I think this is a pretty good example of how this team is going to work. So let's just see what happens here. Maybe I'll pull off another crit. Maybe Hinata and yeah, Kirin go. Okay, so let's just see the crit damage here, guys. So again, Hinata is already maxed out on crit. She's at 100 and something percent on both crit rate and crit damage. So you should see a pretty big number here with crit coming up, 133. So there you go, with and a crit, right? So now I'm assuming that guard rate took an effect there a little bit. I didn't really notice it, but Kirin should do a little bit of crit damage himself. So what am I at? All three of them were critted there. So as you can see, this crit team is all about crits. Every attack is practically a crit. I think I've probably missed maybe 2 or 3 crits max here so far. And then this should be Didera and Hebi doing theirs. Yep. And again, you should see more crits come up, guys. There's another crit. And then, of course, you're going to see a big crit here again. And there we go. There you go. See, all crits. So I'm going to go ahead and at this point stop the fight. I think you guys have seen enough of that. So as you can see, guys, this team is insane for damage. You're going to be pulling up such huge numbers, even as a free-to-play. Like, don't get it twisted. It's all about the amount of numbers and about of damage you can do with this team. You're not going to survive if you don't have your vitality skills up. So definitely focus on that. Get your HP, last vitality skill up as well. Put in some focus on HP and defense. But if you have this team put together, even as a free to play, a lot of these characters are available. Even you can add in things like Kiba or any of the R's like Mitsuki. They've got a fairly good chance of crit rate. Um, you know, Put them into the team and just watch your numbers skyrocket. So, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this showcase. I am going to complete this team eventually and show you a better version of it. But right now, I just wanted to give you the possibilities. Now, that Shinobi list and chart will be here at the end of the video, so feel free to look at it to reference it if you need to. And if you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Join the main Discord and feel free to DM me on my Discord anytime or leave your comments here. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day.